So the finals are about to start then. What do you think, Brian?
We're going to be here a while.
You think?
Oh yeah.
You think Trent's taking him to a second match?
I don't know. Steve is on fire.
I want to get
They
some
both
predictions. Let's see. What do you say, Steve or Trent in match one? Tie. Okay.
1.5 games
I got
each.
one vote for a tie. Catastrophic failure was the other producer pick. Obviously, I'm never asking their picks again because there's a reason we don't let them on the microphones. What do you say, Joe?
I'll boldly go for Steve here. He is on fire, and Trent has used up a lot of his mojo in the like that past round with Brian. So I'll say Steve's a little fresher and he'll take it through.
Yeah. I think it's going to depend on what Star Trek is. I don't think. It's Twilight out now. It's off now. I see that.
Well, there's your starts. Trent went out with basically nothing on ball one.
That's a whole lot lower than his average.
Yes.
I mean, he put up 71 million in one of the games on ball one.
Right.
And I wouldn't be surprised to see him do it. Of course, Steve knows that Trent has put up 71.
Oh, yeah.
And Trent just put up 140 million.
Something like that, yeah.
He was in near 150.
But who's counting?
That's pretty good.
Yeah. They're both capable, so it's a coin flip in my opinion.
Yeah. At this point, I mean, Steve, obviously can't relax at this point just because Trent had kind of a housey ball one.
Yeah, I think one of the keys of this is, I don't know, I haven't played it the last few rounds, is how the kick-out's going to be on the left, if they decide to go for it or not. During qualifying, it was pretty good. It went right to the left flipper, but...
Oh, my.
Oh, wow.
All right, so they both had a house ball one, so I guess Trent's coming back, and it's like we have a fresh game, a fresh two-ball game. I mean, like, how do you feel, Brian? If you lay down an egg like Trent did to start, and then your opponent with the door wide open does the same thing, does that empower you? It's like, hey, I got a reprieve, or what's your thought there?
Oh yeah, for me, it really is. It feels like I have a chance, especially when you play Trent and Steve and Andy. It's if they give you a gift, you have to take.
You have to take advantage of it, right?
Yes.
And in that case, Steve did not take advantage of the gift he was handed by Trent. And in fact, Trent almost just had another house ball, to be honest, but the ball saver was still flashing. So.
I can't hear. It's completely cutting out on my headset.
We still.
Is there I can't. It's like cutting in and out like crazy. Yeah.
So actually, Trent basically had essentially another house ball again. So I mean, he's really leaving the door wide open here. No telling. We'll see what Steve does. He could walk up and lay down 50 million, or he might lay down another egg. And could be. Both players at this point. It's what is it? It's pushing 6 o'clock Eastern time right now. We started this right around 10 a.m. this morning. So both players have been in very high stress, competitive matches for pretty much 8 hours nonstop here.
Yeah, and there hasn't been very many, just quickie games. It's all been a lot of long, difficult games.
Right. But you can see right there, I mean, even though the ball savers did the same thing, I mean, Steve was flail out lane. So flail out lane, and now the ball's hung up in the pop bumper somewhere.
Yeah, it'll get it in a second.
Yeah, ball search if nothing else. So, both players kind of need to get into a rhythm, to be honest. And if they don't, we might be in and out of here really fast. Little woo!
He's got to be careful. This kick out's gotten really nasty today.
Yeah, we've noticed it's been bouncing off the slingshot there a bit.
Wow, that was a quick.
So it looks like Julie's back in the booth. Welcome back, Julie.
Hello.
How you doing? You been enjoying the matches so far?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, some crazy play. So, okay, Steve makes a shot there to lock a ball. I mean, he needs to get in the flow. You know, it's both players so far have just been kind of flail. That was a nice backhand to the start mission shot there. But right now, I think both players just need to kind of get a little bit into the rhythm and start racking up some points.
Yeah, on this, it's kind of funny. It feels like when you get the vengeance, that's kind of where the groove starts, because you get a multi-ball going, you can get victory laps, and that's where it really starts hitting home.
Right. Yeah, if you can get to the that was almost a technical error. If you can get to the victory laps, obviously those can be worth Mongo points.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if you're just defeating vengeance on a combo shot alone, it could be big points. 10 million. And there's a Klingon multi-ball.
I'm not sure how much time he has left on his mode.
Yeah, not sure. It'll probably complete somewhere in the middle of this multi-ball. But the nice thing is it will rack up decent mode points as well, and that'll also contribute towards his super ramp value, assuming he completes Prime Directive a little later.
Well, it's huge in Kobayashi, especially this one, which is, I think, the right ramp during Kobayashi. So it's a good doubler.
That was a little tough there, but it happens. It's all right. He still has 2 balls.
He seems to be getting a little more into the rhythm.
Yeah,
of
he's
the
getting a little
game.
more in the flow, exactly. Nice Cracep.
A little surprised he didn't shoot that ball to try to get the doubler off the the right ramp or something.
Sure, yeah. Just taking it really easy. I think he's really is trying to get that flipper separation. And he's taking his time to do it, thoughtfully, carefully.
Yeah, it's important to be patient. It's been a really long day. It's been a really long weekend, and he needs to settle in and really get whatever focus he still has. He needs to get in the game and be patient and do what he needs to do.
Right. Yeah, he was fortunate enough to be able to backhand that into the little saucer on the left, and now he has the flipper separation I think he was looking for. And, yeah, starting to make some shots, get some combos. It's too bad the multi-ball ended there, and I guess he might be going into vengeance there. And he... Did you have a prediction there, Brian, on who you thought was going to take this match?
I think Trent's going to win the first round, but Steve's going to ultimately win it.
Okay, fair enough. Any other last words for us before we send you off to happy retirement home?
No, except it's thanks for holding the tournament. It was a lot of fun, and
well, really glad you were able to come down here to Virginia and make the trip, and you really played magnificently. I mean, you have nothing to be ashamed about or unhappy about at all, because you played great, and I mean, there's just a lot of great players and a lot of great scores were put up. So you did fantastic, and get them next time.
Yeah, congratulations.
Thank you. Bye.
See you later, Brian. All right. Well, Steve didn't really make everything he wanted of that vengeance, but he's getting points. I mean, the good thing is he's keeping the ball in play. He's just about to start Prime Directive, which will eventually get him his. Oh my goodness. Well, that was an interesting choice. I can't say I was expecting that. He chose instead to start Save the Enterprise 2, the level 2 mode of Save the Enterprise. I'll confess I'm not entirely sure what he's thinking there. I don't know if he's going ultimately for the shot doubler he would get by completing all 3 of the Save the Enterprise shots, or...
Yeah, I really expected him to go to Prime Directive and finish off and get his 3 in a row, get his super ramps.
Right. But not. So okay. Well, that was an interesting choice. We'll see how that works out. So Steve's got 20 million points, which is certainly not bad after the whatever it was, 1 million or something he started that ball with. And we'll see if Trent's had a chance to walk off his, jitters or whatever you want to call it from the first 2 balls.
I don't think Trent gets jitters.
Well, whatever you want to call it, he was out of rhythm,
Certainly.
Happens to everyone, happens to the best players.
Especially
it's-
after you've been playing pinball
for 8 hours in high intensity.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's absolutely, just the question is how do you deal with, whether you want to call it jitters or tiredness or whatever, how do you deal with that? How do you recover from it?
I usually can't. When I get the jitters, I'm in for a bad day of pinball.
Right.
Or it's going to take me surviving some matches that I probably don't deserve to win.
Right, sure. I wonder a little, okay, he finished that mode, got a 3 in a row. I wonder if we're going to see him punching it a little bit here to get himself into, well, okay, so that was actually Klingon multi-ball he just started. I was going to ask if he was going to punch it to get the Vengeance multi-ball lit, but obviously that won't happen quite yet.
First thing he's going to do when he comes out of Klingon is to get another mode running, and then we might see a lot of punching.
He was fortunate there that the ball saver was still flashing when those balls drained, so got the extra ball, which is, 2.5 or something.
Skillfully draining.
Excellent. So, as quick as it is, Trent has just caught up basically to the deficit, because I think Steve had right around 20 million, and that's right around where Trent's already at 23, so you can see how quickly things can change on these games.
Yeah, he's a really explosive player.
He is explosive.
And the great thing about the combo system on Star Trek is that, if you start getting a combo set running on these jackpots, you can build these jackpots up and erase almost any deficit really quickly.
Right.
So is that a plus or a minus, do you think?
Oh, I think it rewards flow play as opposed to trying to repeat the same shot over and over again.
Or just constantly trap the balls or whatever. Yeah, you have to keep it moving.
I mean, even with that, you'll see people trapping a lot on this game. If they didn't have the combo, it would be...
Yeah. Punching has happened.
Yeah, it was punched.
And he's not bringing a mode in.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised at that as well, but...
Oh,
maybe he just figures, let's just
no.
take
This
the
is
points.
ball 3.
It
He's
is
trying
ball
to get
3.
some points.
Yeah. Wasn't getting too greedy. In fact, he is in the lead right now because Steve said, about 20 million or so.
Okay.
So let's, for people who might not have been watching for the past 8 hours straight or whatever, or following the brackets online, assuming I say this right, situation we're in right now is a final match here between Steve Bowden and Trent Augenstein. Steve is still on the double elimination bracket. He's basically been untouched today. Whereas Trent is not in that situation. So pretty much how this goes down, this is the first of 3 games here between Steve and Trent. If Steve wins the best of 3, it's all over. And he'll be crowned the ultimate champion of the A division of Fairfax Pinball Open.
Will there be an actual crown?
There will be a crown. It might be made out of the Papa Circuit's belt, but there will be a crown of some sort.
Okay.
And if Trent ends up winning this best of 3, then because Steve was still in the winner's bracket, basically, they'll have to do it all over again. There'll be another best of 3 series. So.
After they get flogged by the producers and the announcers.
Yeah, probably that. The good thing is, at that point, I think the only game choice they'll have left to make is, I don't know,
Space Station.
8-ball, Stay Station.
Yeah, it's interesting how since both these players have picked so many games, they're going to get down to games they might not even want to play.
Right.
So you might see more situations like with what happened with Brian Shepard, where he doesn't have his favorite game to pick anymore.
Yeah, for anyone who wasn't following, the unusual rule here in the Fairfax Pinball Open is in the finals round, even if you have the game pick, you can only pick the same machine a total of 3 times in the entire tournament. So these players now have played, I think, approximately 3 million games this afternoon and morning. And so they've had a lot of game picks, and they've used up a lot of their favorite game picks along that time period. So now late in the tournament, they're getting to a point where they may not have the option to pick their favorite game, and they have to go down to their second or third choice.
I sort of like that.
Yeah.
I mean, it brings even a new level of strategy. I know Trent said in an early round he played against an opponent, DJ, and he knew DJ had just purchased a Star Trek recently and loved the game. So he actually passed, and DJ picked Star Trek, which was Trent's hope.
Right. And Trent got to play second.
Right.
Yeah.
So you get to play second, you get to save a pick, and you get to feel smug while you're doing it because you made the right choice.
Right. Oh, much punching just happened.
So Trent's going to time out 3 modes.
Yeah, I guess.
Actually, I think he's going to wait until he has final shot lit.
Which is now, it looks like. The left ramp is flashing red-green, and that's that. And yep, you can start the next mode at his convenience, or not.
Oh boy.
Ooh.
Okay.
Well, that's one way to start a mode.
He better destroy that drill. I bet he hasn't done that already today.
What are you saying?
I'm saying that drill is broken.
It is starting to seem like a personal vendetta.
These guys have been falling forever. Look at them.
It's important. The first step to destroying drills is, in fact, falling.
These are valuable life lessons that we learn from pinball.
So yeah, Trent is clearly just timing out all these modes. Final shot, made it, and now start missions lit again. He lowered that right flipper a little too early. There he goes. And this will be the 6th mode to finish the pyramid for him.
So he's not going to play this mode at all.
Nope. I really do wonder, though. We saw.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, and of course, you make a great save, and then
After timing out all those modes,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
then he didn't get there, so we'll see if that ends up costing him.
but still 54-ish million points. That's very solid. Now, here Steve's in Safety Enterprise too. It'll be interesting to ask him later what his thought was to take that approach, but anyway.
Okay, Steve's going to have to...
I mean,
He's gonna have to go down
He's
some-
got a ways to go.
Right. And he momentarily had a stuck ball up at the top. He didn't really get much at all off of his ball save. So he's...
Nice little slap there. All right, lock is lit, but that's just lock 1 is lit. So he did play a Klingon multi-ball previously, so he has to crawl his way back through locking 3 balls if he wants to get there again.
And I got to say that I don't think Steve looks entirely comfortable right now.
No, he looks very out of rhythm right now.
He held up his flipper after he hit that warp ramp. I think he was hoping to get it to go into the lock. The lock targets, I should say.
Yeah, that might be, and I don't know. That might not be a bad idea. All right, is he really going to go for saving the Enterprise again or whatever? No. Prime directive.
And he's timing it out.
Timing this out?
Okay.
I'm a little bit confused here as to
Okay, he wants
is
his
he
super
really
ramps.
just gonna? Well, yeah, he'll get super
Okay.
ramps and then go for multi-ball.
So
But,
the value
yeah.
of the super ramps is based on the value of the other two modes, and I actually have a theory here that why he did the second deep. Maybe it adds that to the value of the super ramps. his performance and-
Interesting.
Oh wow.
Now we'll see what the value is because I think it maxes at 1 million points. Okay, super ramps are lit.
Won't tell you the value until he actually shoots one.
Now,
But he didn't really do anything in any of the modes, so
yeah, he's going to need more than just a naked trip to Kobayashi Maru here.
yeah, for sure.
And what I mean by that is when I say naked trip, and if you just sat here and
Oh, well, it doesn't matter.
but if you sat there and timed out all the modes, your Kobayashi Maru multi-ball wouldn't be worth that many points.
Right. Which is a fun aspect of the game. You actually have to play through the modes to crank up the value of the super features and the mini wizard modes. All right, so Trent is up 1-0 on the best of 3 of this match.
Trent is currently in 8th place, and let's see where Steve is.
You're talking about the overall circuit standings.
Overall circuit
yeah.
standings. And Steve is currently tied in for 13th place.
13th place. So they're both going to get nice jumps upwards. Let's see. They're both wandering around. I guess it's 7th inning stretch. Dinner time.
They're thinking about it right now.
Maybe they're trying to figure out which game picks they actually have left.
That might be a valid concern at this point.
The only game left to pick is Dragon. The rest of the tournament will be played on Dragon.
Wow.
Bow.
Or target pool.
That would at least save us some time.
You know, I could see some positive reasons for moving to that.
Did you know that Classic Game Room is new, improved, and shiny?
I did not know that,
It is.
but I can see that by looking at it now.
Yeah. I mean, look at the shiny little M&M thing on the shop CGR.
That is
logo.
one happy dot.
That is one happy frisbee sun.
Pac-Man?
That's definitely not a Pac-Man.
Well, maybe he's just not hungry right now.
He's not packing.
Right.
Right. And it looks like we're going to Tron.
So I'm guessing that Steve picked this because
He's going first.
he's going first.
So if you're Steve in this position, you're one game down, you know you have a whole nother match to go if you need it. Do you blow out your game pick, possibly your last game pick on Tron to try to win this round when you're already down 1-0? Or do you save it?
Wow, I don't know. Was this Steve's last game pick is really what the question becomes.
I don't know. I don't think we have any way to tell that, unfortunately.
We'd have to get the tournament director to come over and help us with that, but he appears to be,
He's packing up the place.
Directing a tournament.
yeah.
Yeah. I think my answer would be at this point, I would try to win. So if I would do whatever game pick I thought I needed to try to win. Although, I mean, I guess the downside is he has to win 2 in a row is, I guess, what you're getting at.
Yes.
Yeah.
My thought process would be, actually, I would pass.
You pass and
You would
choose,
take second?
choose second.
You would take second, and then in case no, hold it, that doesn't work either. I'm trying to figure out a way to beat Trent. And
Trent is standing right in front of us, staring us down when we talk about him.
He's taking a peek at the circuit champion belt over here, I think.
Nice
Actually-
socks, Trent.
I think Trent was actually coming over here hoping for some advice, but we're not willing to give him any advice.
Shoot the flashing shot.
Or you, Steve.
I'll give my standard advice. Shoot the flashing shot, don't drain. Works on every game.
True that. Oh my goodness
rough
gracious.
start.
Okay, it's
All right,
a 2-ball game.
2-ball game. Of course, that's how Star Trek started. Both players had 2 house balls essentially to start off, and look how that turned out.
Well, they're just trying to feel each other up. They don't want to make a move until the other person goes first.
Did you say they're trying to feel each other up?
Feel each other out, I
Oh,
said.
okay.
Even if I did say up. All right. So we've seen some big games from Steve earlier, and it only takes 1 ball. He put up 60 million points on 1 ball. So, of course, I think I saw Trent put up like 90 million points earlier in the in the playoffs.
I'm sure we did. Who was that? Was that Trent against Brian Shepard, I think?
I was Trent against Al.
Trent against Al, okay.
Oh my goodness.
1 danger. 2
Okay.
dangers?
Danger.
Well, at least he was nice enough to put the machine back.
Absolutely.
Unfortunately, on the video, it doesn't really represent the true impact of how far that game really moved. It was impressive.
So, just so everybody knows what's on the line here. First of all, there's a prize pool. You get cash if you win the event. If you don't win the event, you get taken out back and we kill you. Sorry, Trent, I don't have any better advice for you. Trent just came over and asked for some more advice, and I keep telling Trent that's better than I'd play it. Anyways, first place in this Papa Circuit event is $1,250. Second place, $940. Third place, $600. Fourth, $300. Fifth through eighth get $100, and 9 through 16th get $50. The top qualifier also received a $100 bonus, and that was Lyman Sheets. Also, the winner gets a guaranteed trip to the circuit final, which is going to be played at Pinburg this year on Thursday before the tournament starts.
What about Whopper points?
I believe there is Whopper points, WPPR points, World Pinball Player Ranking points, just so in case somebody thinks we're talking about a sandwich or
They
something.
can be traded in for fine hamburger cuisine.
I think we're going to pay for that remark from Josh. Okay, so...
All right, so this is basically a 1-ball game for both of these guys. I mean, technically Steve is in the lead by 4x, but really that doesn't matter. So they both need to just get something going, set up a multi-ball maybe, get the light cycle going here, something.
And this game is moving so much faster than Star Trek. It's just...
Yep.
It's hard to make that adjustment sometimes, and maybe that's exactly what happened. Post pass to the scoop. Steve did
You
that
called it
effortlessly before, but
All right.
there was an effort involved that time.
All right, so this should get Steve in the rhythm. He'll be able to play a little bit. He knows what to do here. He's going to want to be shooting for that core, the green flashing lane. He just got double score going, so all of his scores are going to be doubled for the next 20 seconds or whatever it is. He also has a frenzy going, so he's got a lot of stuff working out here. He just has to capitalize on it a little bit. And like I said, I would expect he's going to start with that by trying to shoot the core lane or by shooting the light cycle there. Either way.
So Steve actually purposefully, when he had 2 balls cradled on his left flipper, he was banking the balls up into the Tron targets to start his super spinners mode. Because if he finishes the super spinners mode, then he can start going for the bumpers and then double scoring.
Ooh.
In no particular order. However, here we are back to single ball play with 9 million points. Uh-oh.
Which, yep, no, he's all right. Disc battle's ready. That's still going to need, like, I don't know, 6 or 7 hits on the spinny thing in order to start that.
It looks like he's going to post pass and go for Cora if he gets control.
Or into the line jackpot. Yep. Which is just the base value right now, but, yeah, hey. Take the points when you can get them. Could be another end of the line. Nope. All right, there you got that shot. 1.75 for that.
And it grows.
It does keep growing. So
And
that
he's
does.
getting in a rhythm now. You know, he's finding his shots,
He is,
making his
yeah.
shots.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, if he can get in the rhythm of doing that Cora to the ramp to the scoop, that just keeps getting more and more worthwhile.
Well, that's
Well,
a good
nice
save there.
nudging.
That ball was headed right for the out lane, and he saw it way ahead of time.
2.1.
And one more Cora shot.
So he's getting in the flow here.
Post
He's going
pass.
to post pass for the Cora. And if he hits that 3-way again, that'll probably be, besides starting Cora multi-ball, that would be, I don't know, 275 or something on the end of the line.
But more importantly, I think the
Cora multi-ball, of course. There's that. Did not get the 3 in a row. Well, still mine.
Oh, but wait.
Yeah, look at that. 2.45 if he gets it.
Oh, God.
Oh, boy. All right, that's fine.
Out of control. He's trying to slow it down.
Yeah, I mean, he
And-
really needed to. There he goes. Now he's got control. Nice shot. He gets the extra ball for 3 million and starts Cora multi-ball. That was well played. He got a little out of control there, but he made it work.
Yeah, this is really going to open this game up.
Yeah.
The most important thing, and sometimes the hardest thing, seems to be getting that first atta-ball in Cora multi-ball. It seems like if you get over that, I want to say hump, you're probably good for getting a couple more.
Yeah. And he just did it at the perfect time because he was just about to drain that ball, so he gets them both back, the new one plus the one that was draining at the time.
And a few more moments of ball save, which
Yep.
he's taking advantage of. How many shots do you have to hit to get the atta ball?
I think it's 3.
It changes each time. The first time you have to hit 2, then you have to hit 3.
Oh, okay.
Or no, 3 and 4. Blah, blah. No, it doesn't change each time. I have no idea.
Okay,
You
we
ha-
can
you have
take
to hit
that
the-
to the bank.
You hit the spitty thingy between 1 and 100 times.
Great.
I'm writing the rule sheet for the game. That's what I put in it. I'm pretty sure it's true. No one can really argue it.
I'd like to remind our listeners that at one time I actually knew some pinball knowledge, but that time appears to have come and gone.
30 million for Steve Bowden there. It's a respectable score. It's not a monster score. We've seen a lot better than that, but Trent hasn't gotten in the rhythm of this game yet, so he just needs to get something going. He needs to hit a few light cycle shots, get that moving, and see if he can basically duplicate what Steve just did. And again, to remind folks, if Steve wins this game, they're going to move on to Game 3 of this match. If Trent wins it, then by virtue of his earlier victory on Star Trek, they will move to another match. They get another match because Steve is on the double elimination side of the bracket still. So Steve has to fade 2 losses before he gets knocked down.
Well, Trent got exactly what he wanted, a way to start playing.
Balls.
Yeah,
Ball's good.
more than one ball.
Yes, ball's good. That's also in my roll sheet.
Seems like a really good rule sheet.
It is. I'm not making any promises about execution on it, but the suggestions are all excellent.
And unfortunately, I thought he might get that ball back, but he did not. And another big save.
That was a beautiful save. He's going to take a break here and let that tilt bob settle down.
Yeah, because that thing is probably moving.
Yeah, even on this machine, that seems to be pretty liberal that way, but that was some serious action on the machine.
It appears as if Trent... Okay, so he's about to start trying to shoot for quarter when he has it on the right flipper, and he's going to shoot for the disc when he has it on the left. And he is borrowing time.
He really is. It feels like one of these situations where it's about to drain and you're just kind of waiting for the ultimate shot, but who knows? Maybe he'll get himself reset here.
Well, the only way you can pay it back is if you win. So,
yeah,
better borrow that time.
Yeah. 5 more of those risky shots to start disc multi-ball, but maybe that'll turn out to be his better choice there. 4, 3.
Now he's just going to go for disc from both flippers.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. You know, if you make the quarter shot, or if you attempt the quarter shot, 5-6 times and don't make it, you finally just say, all right, let's do something else that does work. And he has playfield doubler now and disc multi-ball. So this can add up pretty quickly. He's probably got about another 10 seconds of double playfield, something like that.
And just that quick, he's back in the game.
Yep.
Another nice save. Big slap save.
All right, he can restart by shooting the spinny thing again.
Oh.
Very nice.
Okay, so now the restart is only a 2-ball multi-ball. Oh, he tried to stage, but he got a little bit squirrely. Oh, he has an extra ball left.
That's
That's
extra ball left. That's 3
points.
million right there. That would basically put the game away at this point, and I think he knows it. But
Maybe not.
I'm not sure.
Don't think so.
There it is.
It is.
Yep. That is
He
the
figured
game.
it out.
All right, so that's just it. So they're going to be going on to a finally for reals final match.
I don't think Trent didn't know he had it.
No, but the crowd's applauding, which is,
Well, it's over. So
yeah, it's over. Letting him know he can walk away, which he does. All right. That was a great comeback there. What do you start that with? 1 million or something?
Insignificant points.
Right.
And
right.
insignificant progress as well.
We've seen some great comebacks today. That was definitely one of them.
It was. All right. It's down to the last best of 3.
I never made my prediction earlier. And I just wanted to reserve it to see if String survived.
You were going to wait until after the last game was over and then make it with 100% certainty?
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure when the next 3 games are done, I could pick the winner accurately.
I'm guessing so. And if you can do that, I'm taking you to a casino and doing a little roulette action.
I can probably tell you what's going to roll on the roulette wheel after it's been spun.
Nice.
And stopped. So they're going to move on to one final set of best of 3. Trent is also the owner of Tilt Amusements, which sponsors Pop-Up TV, and we thank Tilt and Trent for their sponsorship. We'd like to remind you that you can also contact us if you would like to sponsor Pop-Up TV. Get in contact us at papa.org. And it looks like they're going to do Matahari for game 1 of the second match.
Wow. Well, that should be fun. It's quite a change of pace from the Star Trek and Tron action we've just been having. But again, I think we're probably getting down where a lot of those games we've been seeing a lot of today are the game picks have been used up, so they will no longer be in play, and we'll be going to some of the other choices. Hopefully we'll get some crazy stuff. Like I wouldn't mind seeing a little space station action just for variety here.
Well, Trent has picked Star Treks the maximum amount of times allowed. So we're not going to see that again because I'm almost positive that Steve would not pick into him.
I agree.
Tron is always a possibility to see another game of.
Yep.
I don't expect Space Station to show up here.
Aw, come on.
It would be. It would be cool just because you don't get to see many tournament games on Space Station.
It would be a nice change of pace.
It would be a fun wild card game for if they get to the game 3 of 3. Just, all right, shaking it up. It's all Space Station all the time.
Okay.
So they are on Matahari, and so I guess Trent picked that, and he's already been spotted 500 points. So,
No wonder he picked it.
Uh-huh. Oh, and they're actually doing the right thing, shutting off the power just to make sure nice, clean start to the game. At least Kevin Stone, tournament director, is trying to find the power switch down there. So if you're just joining us, this is the For Reals final in the A division of the Fairfax Pinball Open. Trent Augenstein versus Steve Bowden now. Steve was in the winner's side of the double elimination bracket, but just lost 2 games to Trent Augenstein, who was in the single elimination side of things. So basically at this point, both Steve and Trent have absorbed a loss in the bracket. So now it is down to sudden death in the best of 3, or a sudden death best of 3 match between the two of them. And because of the interesting machine pick rules here at the FPO, several of the games they've been playing all day are no longer eligible for picking again. You can only pick the same machine 3 times in the entire tournament, which is why now we're not seeing Star Trek. We are seeing Matahari for the first game between these gentlemen.
Trent has been playing Matahari very well. He put up the last game we just saw. He put up a score that was pretty close to the highest score we saw all weekend.
Yeah, it was probably about a number 2 or number 3 the weekend. It was, 600 and something.
That being said, you can't really count on doing that every game. And as Trent just found out, Matahari sometimes likes to say no. And Matahari said no to Trent right there.
Well, we've been seeing the saucer, which is so important in Matahari because it advances your bonus X. It's not grabbing balls. Some Mataharis, the wood's worn down, and the ball just eases right on into there. On this Matahari, you need a little bit more luck. And Steve's had a couple fortunate shots there when it's gone up and settled into the hole, but we've seen plenty of people shooting that, and it just bounces right out.
And Steve also has that 50,000 point outlay inlet on either side of the playfield. So going out, not that bad of a thing.
Yeah, center drain
Center
is
drain
the bad
is-
thing right
right.
now. Outlane would not be that bad.
And just that quick, 5 times bonus.
Yep.
Got to build that bonus now.
Yeah, he can do that. Right now, I would say definitely the AB lanes. Those do raise the bonus 1,000 at a time and also advance the AB value. So no reason not to shoot those. He'll max his bonus out at 29,000 before too long.
And he got an around the world.
Yeah, it's been a rare one here. It's been getting caught up in the bumper area, but that one went around. Yeah, Steve does not want that center drain.
Not quite yet.
Yeah, he's actually getting good around the world action now.
And he has his... You'll probably notice there's a light that's moving across the center of the playfield to the right every time he completes A and B. And that is the amount you score when you complete A and B.
It was a drain, but he got that 50,000 on the out lane, which in itself is huge, plus his maximized bonus of basically 150,000. So that was a solid start for Steve.
Very solid. And it's sort of intimidating to your opponent to just watch all that bonus slowly counting down.
Listen to the chimes go. Matahari's interesting. It's one of the handful of games that was actually produced in both electromechanical and solid-state versions. This is the solid-state version, but it has old-style EM chimes in the cabinet. Ooh! So when it makes its little ding 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 sound, those are actually little, I guess, what do you want to call them? Xylophone things.
Yeah, literally, that's pretty much what they are. Do you happen to have any idea what the production numbers are?
Not off the top of my head.
Or
I
which
go to
version?
IPDB for that kind of thing.
And that's IPDB?
That would be the Internet Pinball Database,
Oh.
ipdb.org. It's an absolutely invaluable resource for learning, lots of things about your favorite games. Who made them, how many of them were made, what their features are, pictures, rule sheets sometimes.
Seems
All
like
sorts of
they made
goodness.
a lot of Mataharis. You see them a lot.
Certainly the solid-state ones, yeah. I think the EMs, they only made a few relatively.
I think I've only seen one EM. And I think it was for sale and it was very expensive.
Second ago, a great out lane save by Trent there. And the ball was really wanting to go in the right out lane, and he gave it a little slap because at this point he has nothing to lose. It's ball 3, so he needs to put up a good ball.
And he's going to need it to go in that hole.
Get in your hole.
That's not your line.
I stole it.
He won't mind.
No, but he may charge me a commission on it.
Uh-oh. He's probably already figuring out the sums.
And the interest compounded minutely.
Oh, my goodness. Trent's
Just
putting
no
some
luck
big...
with that.
He's putting big moves on the machine, though.
Yeah, I think he's using...
Oh, he's done.
Oh, well, that's it. I think he was going for the strategy you had suggested, John, of at that point, just do the AB. You got to do it anyway, and sooner or later it'll catch a pop bumper and maybe bounce up to the saucer.
Yeah, but Trent wasn't nearly as far behind as Brian Shepard was when I was suggesting that strategy.
Still, it's not a bad approach.
Yeah. And that quick, we were moving on to ACDC right next door. Trent says, I want to get that out of my mind, and he goes ahead and plunges away. So we'd like to thank you for watching. Remind you to check out our sponsors and remind you to check out papa.org. And you can see all the Papa TV road shows. You can see some of the past broadcasts we've done. Papa TV has been made possible by a Kickstarter grant from people who are watching now. And we'd like to thank you for your support. We couldn't have done it without you. And we hope you're happy with what you're seeing. And I'll stop being serious now, and we'll watch some AC/DC and make fun of Trent. But once again, thank you very much.
Well, I think Trent's back in his element here. He's been pretty crisp here on these ramps.
Trent's a stern guy.
He is.
Of course, he's good at pretty much everything, but
That's also true, but yeah, I definitely think he's in his element here, just shooting ramp combos and doing what he needs to do.
of course, maybe rather than Highway to Hell, he should have picked Thunderstruck. He's been hitting a lot of. He's taken his time adjusting back, and I don't know what that shot was. Did he just switch to going for loops?
Maybe. Would be strange, but maybe trying to work on the stack.
I'm not sure. Seems a little early in the game to work on the stack. Okay, he
Well.
just switched.
Yeah, he switched. Definitely.
Normally, if you were going to shoot the loops, you'd want a different mode rather than Highway to Hell. And just, I'm sure it's been said already, but Highway to Hell is based on shooting the right ramp, and that lights your other shots for adding to the
For
jackpot
stuff.
and for points.
Yeah.
Right now, while he's shooting that left orbit repeatedly, since he hasn't re-cleared the board by shooting the right ramp, he's not getting anything except spinner value. Oh, boy.
One loop to late tour multi-ball, though. And what's he going to do? Hell's bells.
Oh, my goodness gracious. Trent is attacking
Hard.
Trent's not going for any save points. He's saying, I know you're going to get the save points. I'm going for... Okay, I don't know what Trent's doing.
You thought he was going to go for the left ramp shot there?
No, I thought he was going to try to stack the multi-balls up. Yeah, I thought he was going to go left ramp and at least get a 2-stack on the multi-balls.
Right, I thought the same thing, but I don't know. Well, we'll see how this works out.
I would really love to ask Trent exactly what his thought process was.
I'm guessing you'll get that opportunity.
Yeah. And he chose not to use his VIP pass to extend the bell. Of course, I don't know if it would have given them bell, because I thought it only gave the bell, and I was wrong on that earlier.
Yeah, I had thought the logic was just to give you the most, whatever was the most helpful thing at that particular moment, but I do not by any means pretend to be an AC/DC expert.
Nor do I.
I'll pretend to be one.
Oh, sure, go ahead. What's the VIP pass do?
It does all kinds of really cool things.
Ooh, cool things. I like cool things.
Sometimes it awards you things, and other times it gives you things.
I hadn't thought of that. But in this case, he used said pass to get more balls, extend his multi-ball.
So was that an award or was that given?
That was given.
All right.
You gave him an extra ball. Well, unlike the previous few games, he is laying down a score on this first ball here.
Yeah, it's certainly a good start for him, despite the kind of strange starts to how he did it.
Yeah, it's once again, I'm really excited to hear what his thought process was.
Oh, look, jam multi-balls led.
So, okay. All right. Now I think I'm starting to understand. Okay, it took me a little while to figure it out. He wanted to set up both multi-balls close to ready so he could build a nice big song jackpot with 2 separate multi-balls and then collect the song jackpot after he finishes those
After
2
all the
multi-balls.
multi-balls are done, and then just cash out the whole mess.
Okay, and the
Which is
reason
already 21.5 before doubling.
And the reason he wanted to do it in the order he did, which is really cool, he did tour first because you're going to be shooting loops during tour multi-ball. And by shooting ramps in the second multi-ball during the jam multi-ball, you can use that to get your fire lanes. And his strategy sort of fell apart from the fact that he had to double drain there and wasn't able to get his ATA ball and start building and be able to collect his jackpot. But
not that 55 mil is a bad start, but yeah, I mean, it could have been a lot more with just a small change.
Right. It could have doubled that score very quickly with about 4 shots.
Right.
But with all the loops, why did he choose Highway to Hell?
I have no idea why he started with Highway to Hell.
You know, he wasn't having luck with the ramp shots. Maybe he changed strategies midstream.
I mean, the only reason I figure he might have, well, that's possible, but
It actually seemed like he was doing okay with the ramps. I mean, he was flowing a few combos when he started, but
no, I'm pretty sure I'm right on the idea that he was trying to stack both multi-balls up so they were ready for each other, so he could, sort of segue one into the other and keep the ball alive rather than putting it at risk.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
I agree. That looks right.
But I agree. He also might have wanted to start with War Machine if he's going to be shooting the left orbit so many times.
But sometimes we see the same strategy on Spider-Man, where even though you get more points in the multi-balls by stacking the multi-balls, sometimes it's better to play one and work on the other one while you're playing the first one, and then when the balls go away and you're left with one, you're ready already to start the next one.
Right. The difference between Spider-Man and AC/DC, though, is you can't work on the progress towards the other multi-balls while you're in. So, like, if you get a jam multi-ball by hitting the ramps, you can't
Then shoot orbits
during the multi-ball because you're
Right.
not going to get any progress towards it. So, but if you set them up so you're only one more shot away from lighting that multi-ball, then you can rather safely segue between the two multi-balls and put your song jackpot at less risk because you want to collect it when it's after the second multi-ball.
Exactly. You string the multi-balls. It's like getting 5 balls instead of 3 balls, basically.
Right.
Doing. Which song is he in right now?
Hell's Bells. Which is pretty recognizable by the fact that the bell will ring every time you hit a shot that's lit.
Ah, right.
Okay, he has the song jackpot lit. It's not for a huge amount of points by any means, but he's going to try to get a doubler going before he tries to collect it. So I expect him to shoot for the bell here. Of course, what do I know? He might also shoot for the right orbit to get his atta-ball. And he's trying to decide.
Is he waiting for a status display or something like that? Does he want to know what his song jackpot is?
I'm thinking he is. And he would. But it doesn't look like it's coming up, so...
That's interesting. It's usually if you... Oh,
So...
maybe if you hold both flippers, you don't get instant info? Who knows?
Okay, so he actually chose not to collect the song jackpot of $5 million because he wants more.
He wants more.
Okay, he used his VIP passes in order to
Restart the multi-ball.
restart the multi-ball.
essentially.
Yeah, I mean, you go from 1 ball back to a 3-ball multi-ball now.
Sure. And he has double play field going right now.
So now he's going to have to spell fire 3 times while keeping the double play field going. And that's probably not going to happen now that he's
Out of multi-ball.
out of multi-ball. So, oh my
Nice
goodness.
bump. Nice bump. And only a single danger for that.
So you could see that it didn't look like the machine moved that much, but the ball popped way up.
Uh-oh. Where is the ball?
I believe the ball is right to the right of the axe lanes on the top.
Well, that was fun.
And actually, this is a smart idea. Now, Trent might be able to nudge the ball loose from up there, but he would prefer to see the ball on a flipper.
Absolutely.
So he can take a controlled shot at something.
So tournament director Kevin Stone is over here and hopefully getting the ball out for him.
And
I'll say one thing. I don't think AC/DC has the power interlock disabled, so thankfully this is not a situation where that's a problem. Well, actually, it might be if he's trying to get the ball back on the flipper.
Actually, I just learned that the interlock is not disabled on this particular machine, so he's not going to be able to get the ball back on the flipper.
So it'll go into the plunger lane instead.
Right. So they're going to try to get the ball out without scoring him any points, but then it's going to go into the plunger lane. Or they might actually dump it in the trough so it launches back. But
I don't know. I know it's supposed to work that way with the coin door saver, but I personally would feel more comfortable putting in the plunger.
absolutely. But it does have the shoot again light flashing right now,
Right.
which is an indication that the coin door saver setting is installed.
And
Meanwhile-
don't slam tilt.
And meanwhile, we get to listen to some great AC/DC.
Absolutely. All right. Crisis averted.
And there he has the ball on the flipper.
Exactly.
It's almost it was meant to be.
Trent's demoing some really nice nudging there on the out lanes. He's had some good saves, and
He's getting every second of ball time he can out of this.
oh yeah, $13.5 million on the song jackpot. I think he's just going to try to cash that in.
I think he's going to try to get this jam, multiply it, cash it. Oh my God!
Again.
Or not.
There was no nudge in the
No, it was a power slam.
tool belt for that.
No. All right. Well, Steve's essentially just on a 2-ball game here, so
It's no problem for Steve.
No.
Steve is very good at that AC/DC. And Trent knows this. So I'm sort of surprised.
it's presumably why Trent is attacking so aggressively, as he's worried that Steve will just quickly come and throw down 100 million points or 200 million points or whatever.
Oh,
Ooh, nice nudging.
That was a good nudge because that ball had a trajectory to go right out the out lane.
Yeah. And now what?
Now the cannon
It's
is
not seated properly. Oh,
the cannon.
Lovely.
Oh,
Oh my God. That presumably is a major malfunction.
I don't believe it is. I believe that's pinball because the ball was there and you're required to wait for a ball search.
Right. Yeah.
And you're responsible for
Yeah.
that's
we just
pinball.
got confirmation. The ruling is we're sorry.
yeah.
Still, that's a really harsh break.
Okay, well Steve now has a 1-ball game and it's a rough break, but there's no compensation in the book for it. And once again, that's one of the hard things about being a tournament director. And Mark's mentioned this to me many times. Like, you can't.
You hate to make that call.
You hate to make the call because what just happened is rough. There's many rougher calls than that.
Yeah.
That tournament directors make. But
Yeah. We have that all the time in league play, of course. It was hundreds of games being played every night in league, and inevitably there's some machine malfunction or someone plays out of turn or something, and that's by far the worst part of being a tournament or a league director is having to tell someone, well, I got bad news for you.
yeah, I mean, and while every situation where you have to make a ruling in pinball is different, if you handle things on a case-by-case basis, it's going to become all too easily to create a disparity.
Oh,
somewhere.
absolutely. Just because some is the right answer doesn't mean it makes it any easier to deliver the message to the
Right.
person who's on the bad side of it.
They should hire an assistant tournament director for that job.
Oh, bad cop.
Yes.
I think they have that. His initials are DP. Oh, my goodness gracious. Trent, this is the third or fourth time we've seen it where it looked like it hit the target, but it did not.
Just hit another target. Yeah.
Or either that or it didn't register. And once again, the target seems to be working fine, so that's pinball, but
Ouch. All right. Steve, it's all on the line. Steve's basically got a 1-ball game and basically nothing accumulated.
But fortunately, Steve won the first game.
Yep.
So Steve could put it away if he can get 100 million points on this ball. Oh.
That was almost ugly. And if Steve doesn't win, it's going to be like, a trillion games of pinball going down to one single game tiebreaker.
Yep, wipe the slate clean. It's all about one pinball game if Steve doesn't catch Trent here. But Steve's not thinking about that game.
No, Steve wants to win this game and just get it over with.
This game is winnable right now.
If you're just joining us, this is the A finals at the Fairfax Pinball Open. We're down to
one game.
one game. This was a best of 3 finals match between Steve Bowden and Trent Augenstein. Steve won the first game. Trent just won the second game there on ACDC. So the best of 3 basically becomes a best of 1 for all the marbles. Steve, by virtue of having lost that, will get choice of choice. He'll either be able to pick a machine or pick a choice of order, although his machine choices will be somewhat restricted by virtue of the fact FPO only allows you to pick the same machine 3 times in the entire finals. So I don't have a current tally on what machines are still left for picking, but I think it's down to maybe half the bank here.
It looks like their choices are F-14 Tomcat, the Shadow, Space Station. Space Station would be exciting. Tron
Steve doesn't
or
think it would be
Indianapolis
that exciting.
500.
No,
And
Shadow.
Steve doesn't like Indianapolis 500, so that door is closed.
Just thinking Tron, or he could go for Shadow with the
F14.
Flipper Can 5000.
Or F-14.
Or F14.
F-14 Tomcat.
So all the marbles in this tournament.
And Steve just said, I need some randomness. Okay, well,
All right.
that means Steve is saying Trent is an unstoppable force. And Steve needs some randomness.
So it boils down to this. I'm sure Steve will be playing first because he chose the machine. Hasn't been
Well.
decided, but it is going to just be one game between these two gentlemen for the Grand Poobah Trophy of A Division at the Fairfax Pinball Open. After, what is this, about 9 hours of basically nonstop play.
Well, actually, it's a lot longer than that
Well,
because
sure.
the finals started last night with a 64-person bracket. The top half of that bracket was double elimination. The bottom half was single elim. So we've gone down from 64 players down to 2, and now we're going to go down to 1. The person who doesn't win gets to deal with me. The person who wins gets all the money.
2 players go in, 1 player comes out.
Wow.
Celebrity pinball deathmatch.
Yeah, you just added a little extra pressure to this game here, John.
No pressure, guys. No pressure.
Good luck, guys.
So F-14's been playing tough. If you haven't watched
It always does.
we've seen some really good games on it today, and we've seen some really low-scoring games. As a matter of fact, Chris Stevens put up over 4 million earlier today, and then actually had a game soon afterwards where he only put up 200,000.
I guess that's the randomness that he was talking about.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, on F-14, there are no controlled feeds to the flipper. There's no ramp you can shoot just to get the ball down the in lane. There aren't even really any orbits to speak of. Both orbits are dead-end shots. There's no ramps. It's fast and chaotic.
I mean, the only safe shot is shooting up the right side, and if you fail to make that shot, you're out of control, and anything could happen.
Trent's looks like he's looking for a little food to fuel him through this last game.
I don't know. Trent's
Foraging.
Yeah, we have some 5-hour-old French fries. All right, so what both of these guys are going to be trying to do is spell Tomcat, complete the 3 red Tom targets, the 3 blue cat targets. That lights your locks. You lock 4 balls, or really lock 3 and then hit a release, however you want to call it.
Beautiful save.
That was a beautiful save, and right to that lock we were talking about on the right side. Do it for 4 balls total. You get a 4-ball multi-ball, and in multi-ball you're again just going for that right-hand side shot. So there's no complex strategy here. You just got to execute.
Oh my!
Ooh.
I thought
That ball
one might
bounced
come
on the
back.
side and said, "Trent, not this ball. Maybe you can do it next ball, but not this ball." And Trent asked me to do what, and the answer is win.
Boom.
All right, Steve's going back to work on those upper targets again. Oh gosh, there's a kill shot.
Ooh.
Followed by a ball that was going to the center, and he pushed it a little bit too hard. I don't know if it was a savable ball. I mean, anybody's guess on that.
For the lock? No, for tilting the lock.
Does tilting reset your progress?
No, said his progress. I had no progress.
Okay.
And they released the balls. In that case, he has to pick them out.
Okay, so interestingly enough, they're just bringing up a point that whenever you lock the ball in F-14 Tomcat, you get a bonus of 25,000 points. When Steve tilted the ball off there, it released the balls from the lock. So Trent's going to get a free lock for 25,000 more points. I'm sure Trent doesn't mind.
No, not at all. Although, frankly, Trent's probably just happier at his progress versus what Steve's had so far, and there's only 1 ball to go for Steve. So,
And meanwhile, Trent's eating all my pretzels instead of playing pinball. He's trying to take some of the pressure off because you can see that he feels it.
I feel it.
also Trent's waiting for that tilt pendulum to stop swinging.
What are you paying Dylan for? Playing for. Play game?
Alrighty, back to it. He is getting that ball lock there. And yes, as promised, 25,000 points. Yahoo.
1 more letter to go, and
He can just shoot that right eject that spots the letter and does the lock.
okay, so he has 2 locks done. He needs to get Tomcat spelled 1 more time. So he needs to basically hit 5 of the letters at the top. There's 1.
And the safe shot here is just to go for the right dead end. And hey, Trent's listening to me at least. He held the right flipper up when he went for that shot because it makes for a wider entrance, says me.
Okay, now he doesn't even need to hit these targets, although he probably will anyways. Okay, he needs to hit the landing zone once more, and he will be in a multi-ball.
Oh.
But not yet.
Not yet.
All right, down by 700,000. Ball 3. Extra ball is still not available. No fear.
So we're coming to the end of a long journey here.
Survival is everything.
Don't touch the door.
Looks like he's taking a moment to just listen to the music, kind of get back in the flow of the game, and get ready.
Yeah, he had specifically talked about that when he was in the booth, about just letting, getting in the flow of the machine, getting the rhythm of the music. Good start. Get 1 locked up.
It all starts with 1.
That's right.
Looks like he's fighting with it a little here, but
Yeah,
so far
well,
so
he
good.
got to recover. It's cool. One more. All right, he has another lock lit.
He's
Our lane saver is critical
okay.
and is now used up.
All right. He is now 2 shots away from him. 3 shots away from a multi-ball. Oh,
Wow.
1.
One.
He doesn't need any more letters. He needs to survive. Man,
Great job getting control of that ball again.
Yeah, right, because now if he shoots the right, it'll spot the last Tomcat letter and
There
lock
it
the
is.
ball.
okay, here we go. 3 balls locked. He's going to have his release lit.
So one more time in that left shot.
Oh, boy.
Nice awareness of what was going to happen. I feel a post pass coming on.
Not necessarily.
There were problems with the post pass in this game earlier. It was not working smoothly.
Oh, my goodness.
And just
And
like
that'll
that.
do it. I don't think it's technically
Actually,
done yet.
this game is not over yet.
It's not technically done. Steve has a slight edge right now. I don't think it's quite enough. They wave off the handshake.
Steve said I did just shake your hand.
I have never seen someone unshake a hand before.
And that already might be it, especially with bonus and miscellaneous points.
And Trent wants to do this for real. Because you never know if that bonus just doesn't work.
That'll do
That'll
it.
do it.
Nice game, nice match.
And we have a winner. Trent Augenstein, Tilt Amusements, wins the Fairfax Pinball Open.
Woo.
And we'd like to take a second to thank you all for tuning in for this rather long broadcast of Papa TV. We will join you next time from Louisville. And we're gonna before we go, we're gonna actually bring Trent over to ask him how he feels after
A grueling tournament.
they started the finals last night at 6:00, and it went until almost 2 a.m. from there, and then they started again early this morning at 9:30. So I'm too tired to do the math, but that's a lot of hours.
It's a lot of hours. It's basically about a 16-hour playoff.
Well, congratulations to all our Final Four. Chris Stevens took 4th place. Brian Shepard took 3rd. Steve Bowden took 2nd place. And Trent Augenstein took 1st.
Epic.
It has been an epic event. We'd like to thank all our crew. Doug Polka, Mark Steinman, Elizabeth Cromwell. Joe, you've been doing a marathon session today.
It's been long, but it's been great fun. It's been nice to be here. Thanks for having me.
I love talking about pinball.
I do too. It's disturbingly fun to be here. Congratulations.
Congratulations, Trent. Trent, you want to have a seat with us? Well, then we're going to get some pictures first.
While I'm doing this real quick, thanks everybody for coming out. Especially thanks for Papa TV and all the Pittsburgh players. I want to thank all the local players as well, especially our heavy lifters moving the games in and out. They've been doing this all day trying to get the rest of the games out. Now, unless we have 9 left. Thank you, everybody. Anybody else? Oh, that too. Yeah. Let me get out of the way. So you can get that. 940 for 2nd place. You gotta take it and then move it.
We're getting the pictures going on here of all the finalists with tournament director Kevin Stone in the yellow shirt there. This is his first time running the Fairfax Pinball Open, and he's done a great job of it. It's there's a million things to figure out, preparation, everything from the venue to getting machines in and out, and keeping everything flowing. He did a great job.
If you're thinking of being a tournament director, do it. But just remember, it's not going to be a picnic. There's nothing easy about running a tournament. But if you love what you do, it's fun too. So Trent, how you doing?
Well, I'm good at this point.
Were you feeling a little nervous coming down to the end?
Well, I suppose.
You suppose?
I guess I wasn't too nervous, no.
No. You seem to handle the pressure of high stakes tournaments pretty well.
Well, yeah. I've been doing enough of them.
Well, and you had to get through 2 matches there with Steve at the end, which,
Yep.
he was playing well. He was hot through the entire tournament.
Yeah,
So
very well.
that was tough. But very well done. Lots of grace under pressure, lots of nice saves, and big plays under pressure.
What was your hardest match over the weekend?
Well, I don't know if it was the toughest match, but probably the one with Al was the one I was looking forward to.
You just like playing Al?
Well, no, I just like beating Al.
Al brings out the best in people.
Oh, yeah.
No, I think you didn't just beat Al. You pretty much crushed Al that time.
Yeah, that was a good start to the day.
Well, I enjoy beating Al as well, but I don't get to do that nearly as often as you do. So we have about a minute left. So once again, congratulations, Trent. Great job on winning a Pop at Circuit event. You have a free ticket now to the Pop at Circuit finals. And
All right.
Maybe a chance to win this belt.
The belt of happiness.
You want to stand up and hold this up for so the people at home can see what it would look like if you had it, or is that a bad jinx?
Oh, I don't know. Where am I supposed to stand?
No, just right in front.
Right here.
It's upside down, Trent.
Are you sure?
There you go.
Oh, yeah, this fits.
It fits.
It fits. Okay.
It's nice.
Well,
It's subtle.
now we know. Well,
It's
from all of
low-key.
us here at Papa TV, we'd like to thank you for tuning in, and we look forward to seeing you in Louisville at our next tournament. Take care. Have a great evening. Thank you very much.
Night, folks.